While all eyes are on Bitcoin, Ethereum is absolutely crushing it. Can Ethereum reach 50,000 by the end of the year? And more importantly, what will it take for Ethereum to reach a price point of 50,000 by the end of the year? I'm going to be telling you that at the end of this video. Good morning, everybody. Now, before we get into this, let's have a quick look at the markets because it's just so exciting. Bitcoin is once again at an all-time high. As we can see here on CoinMarketCap, we've got Bitcoin trading at $37,309 per coin. We've got Ethereum at $1,205. Now, we know that's not an all-time high for Ethereum, but it's certainly very close. If we have a look at Altcoin Trader, we can see that we've got Bitcoin here at 595,000 Rand per coin, just over $500,000 Rand. And we can see that the all-time high was 599,000 Rand, almost 600,000 Rand for a Bitcoin. Ethereum, we've got trading at 19,298. And earlier today, we had it at 19,749. Almost breaching the 20,000 Rand mark. Now, guys, there is massive news. And this news arguably is what got me to make a video on the potential of Ethereum. The US federal regulator says banks can conduct payments using stablecoins. Now, I cannot emphasize how big this news is. What they've basically come out and said is that banks and the banking sector can start using crypto technologies as payment and settlement layers. Let's read a little bit more. US regulator says banks can start using stable coins and connect to blockchains. If we have a look at the Blockchain Association said in a tweet, calling it a giant advance for crypto because it paves the way for these networks to form part of the US financial infrastructure. Now, guys, if institutions are going to start using stable coins to move money and to move value, we all know that they are going to need Ethereum. Think of Ethereum as the fuel that needs to be put into the vehicle to make sure it can move. And once institutions get internal permission to buy Ethereum, we know that it's not a far stretch for them to start using that internal permission to buy Ethereum for investment purposes. Now, a lot of institutions are buying massive amounts of Bitcoin. That's no secret. But what follows this is when institutions can no longer get hold of Bitcoin, and I'm not talking about because it's too expensive, because they certainly have the money. I'm talking about when it is too scarce. When it is not possible to dump a couple of billion US dollars on the market and buy Bitcoin with that full value, institutions are going to start looking at what is next. And we all know that Ethereum is next. We saw this in 2017. Bitcoin got to a massive price point of 20,000 US dollars or slightly under. And people in the retail started saying, okay, what do we buy next? And of course, next was Ethereum. And then, of course, we'll see them going down the list and buying up a lot of the altcoins. And that's why an altcoin season always follows a Bitcoin bull run. But let's talk more about Ethereum. Ethereum ready to explode as DeFi value and DEX volume spike. Now, this is an article of a couple of months ago, 7 months ago. And what I wanted to point out with this article is, of course, that we have seen for the first time ever in 2020, decentralized exchange volumes on occasion outperforming centralized exchanges. That is massive because when decentralized exchanges were first put out, a lot of people said they would never take off and they would never reach the volumes of the centralized exchanges, but they have. And that is massive news for Ethereum because it is mainly built on Ethereum. Now, sure, there are a lot of coins that are going to compete with Ethereum and there is going to be a lot of competition, but Ethereum has the first mover advantage. And we know that with Ethereum 2.0 coming out in the next couple of years, Ethereum is going to be on the pinnacle and it's going to be a very difficult protocol to knock off. So let's have a quick look at DeFi. If we look back at January, we can see that January 2020, we can see that value locked in DeFi was under $1 billion US. In fact, it was around about 670 million. In less than a year, we've peaked to over 20 billion. That is a 20x. In fact, 22 billion US dollars is locked up in DeFi. Now, what is clear here is that not only institutions but retail investors are using the DeFi protocol. The alternative financial system is gaining traction, and this is of course being built on the backbone of Ethereum. Talking about stable coins, we of course have the South African stablecoin, which is XR, and something that I just want to keep on pointing out in our videos. Altcoin Trader is constantly adding liquidity to the decentralized exchanges, and a lot of people are taking advantage of the arbitrage opportunities between the DEXs and Altcoin Trader, and it is something that you should have on your radar if you want to arbitrage trade and make a little bit of money. We'll get into that more in different videos. But for those of you that are already doing it, congratulations. We are seeing it grow day by day. And a lot of people are making some healthy profits with this arbitrage opportunity. Now, as promised, I'm going to explain what needs to happen with Ethereum if it is to reach the price target of 50,000 Rand by the end of the year. I've created a little bit of a spreadsheet here, and just very quickly looking in 2020, on the 1st of January, we had Bitcoin at $7,200 US. By the end of the year, 31st of January, we saw Bitcoin at a whopping $29,000 US. The percentage gain there is 302%. So Bitcoin, extremely good investment in 2020, a gain of over 300%. Let's look at the Ethereum figures. In Jan, we had it at $130 US. By December, we had it at $737 US, a gain of 464%. Clearly, Ethereum, a better investment in 2020 than Bitcoin was. In 2021, we've only got a couple of days, but as we can see, we've already got Bitcoin at gained by 25% and Ethereum by 65%. Okay, so what do we need to happen for Ethereum to reach a price point of 50,000? Well, if Ethereum simply performs the same as it did in 2020, in other words, a 464% increase, we get a value of 51,000 Rand for Ethereum. Is that possible? Absolutely. Not only is it possible, in my opinion, with the current bull run, it is likely. So guys, you know that I'm extremely bullish on Bitcoin and Ethereum. I believe that these are the two main players, very safe coins to be invested in. Obviously, not financial advice. I could simply be wrong. You could lose money on these coins. But what we talk about on this channel is the probabilities and the likelihoods of things happening. And I think Ethereum at 50,000 plus by the end of the year is not only possible, but it is likely. Guys, if you like the content that I put out, if you found value in this video, I'll ask you to hit that thumbs up button. That's it from me. I'm out.